It's that time again where the current anime season comes to an end, and I take all the waifus from whatever anime I watched that season and put them on a tier list. So on my live stream the other day, I ranked all the summer 2021 waifus, and here's what happened. Starting off, we have Katarina from My Next Life as a Villainess. I really like her. She is definitely best girl of that show. I just like how stupid she is. She's such an idiot, but it's so funny and adorable. So yeah, we're first one at best girl. I just think that she's such a great character. Then this next character is Juno from Beastars, who at first I didn't like that much. The first season, I thought she was fine, and then the second season I thought that she was a lot better, and I liked her a lot more. But I think I'm gonna put her in B tier. If we get another season of Beastars, which we are getting another season, then I'll probably move her up because she'll just be on screen more, and I'll probably end up liking her more. But for now, we'll leave her in B tier. Before, I probably would have put her in C or D. So the next character we have is Ilulu from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. She's the new dragon that got introduced in this new season, and this season was so great, and I did really like her. I like everything that they did with her character. I think I'm probably going to put her in A tier. Ilulu, I just thought was really funny and such a good character. And I also really like when she first gets introduced, she's a dragon and she tries to make hands, but what she does is makes these little nubs that are made up of hundreds of tiny little hands. And I really like that scene. And ever since that scene, I have liked her a lot. So I think I'll put her in A tier. And then Toru from the same show, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, is so great. I really like her. I think she's probably my favorite character from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Second season was so good. There's so many great things with Toru's character. So I think I'm also gonna put her in Best Girl. And then this is a newer show, or yeah, I guess newish. This one is actually still airing while most of these have already ended. It's Jahisama, who's basically the female version of whatever the main character of Devil's a Part-Timer was. And she's really funny. I really like her. I need to see a bit more of her. Depending on what happens, she could go into Best Girl. I think that she's just really funny and really cute. So I think A tier, but she could move up into Best Girl. And then the next character, Glenda from I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I don't know how many of you have heard of that. I don't think it's the greatest show, but I still enjoy watching it. I think most people wouldn't like it, but I just really enjoy watching the show. She gets introduced in like the last half of the second season, and I think I already like her more than any of the other female characters that are in it. I think I'm gonna put her at C though, because I definitely don't like her as much as Juno. But still, I think she's a pretty decent character. And then next we have Paula from Itaden Deities. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. She is kind of just a character who's there, but we haven't seen a whole lot. She's just kind of been in the show, but hasn't really done a whole lot. As much as she could become a better character, I'm gonna put her in C tier for now. And then next, Miyuki from the Honor at Magic High School. I have a bit of a history with this anime. I've made one of my most viewed videos on my channel is the video where I talk about season 1, where it's like this anime is bad but I love it is the title of it. Miyuki was always my least favorite character. I always really disliked her. Like, she probably would have been in trash before, but the Honor at Magic High School, which is basically season 1 but focusing on her instead, made her a better character. So she's not awful. Does she get moved up to C or stay in D? I think she gets moved up to C. Despite how I don't like her, and there's a lot of weird stuff with her brother and her, some weird incesty stuff. But yeah, we don't have to talk about that. Some weird stuff with that, but I think I like her more now. Next we have Lucoa from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Lucoa is my least favorite dragon, but I still really like her. But I definitely don't like her as much as anyone else. Probably B tier. I think she's better than these characters, but she's good though. She's not bad though. And then next up we have Nagisa from girlfriend. I actually really didn't like the show at first. I almost dropped it within the first like 2 episodes, but by the end of it I really liked it, and I just thought that it was a messy anime. It was like watching a garbage truck that caught on fire but you couldn't look away. That's kind of the type of anime it was. The characters just got into like just the wildest situations. It was just like trash, but I loved watching it at the same time. And I liked Nagisa too. I'm like kind of unsure on where to put her. I kind of want to put her in B tier because like I started to kind of like the characters. I think I'm gonna put her in B tier. The next character is Maria from My Next Life is Villainous. She's probably my least favorite in the harem of like the characters who Katarina might end up with. She's probably one of my least favorites just because they for some reason just don't like to put her in the show very much. She gets very little time on screen. I don't know, she ends up getting more later on in the next season or movie that's coming out. So I think for now, yeah, I think I'm gonna put her in C tier. She's one of those characters though that could get better if she just gets more screen time. They just kind of need to put her in the show a bit more. The next we have Rebecca from Eden Zero. Where am I gonna put her? I like her, but I said in my recent video where I talked about Eden Zero, I liked her, but I thought that she was really cringy because she makes YouTube videos, or that world's version of YouTube videos, and it was just so cringy. But her as a character I think is decent, so I think I'm gonna put her in B tier. Her as a character isn't bad, it's just she does some pretty cringy things. The next character, Shino from Remake Our Life, which, oh, I think the last episode came out today. I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited to go watch that afterwards. But yeah, Remake Our Life I really enjoyed. I think at the beginning I thought it was slow, but I think it started getting a lot better towards the like later half of the season, and I think she's probably my favorite girl character in Remake Our Life. I don't think I like her that much. She seems really nice and is really cute. Probably B. And then the next character is from Beastars, Haru, I think. Yeah, Haru. Probably my favorite girl character in Beastars. I don't know why I blanked on the name of the show. Yeah, I really like her. She was definitely in season 2 a lot less than season 1. I wish we got to see a little bit more of her, but from including season 1 and season 2, I really liked her, and I thought that she was a pretty great character. So I think I'm gonna put her in A tier. And then next we have Kana from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. She's just really adorable and just really funny. I like how she likes eating bugs too. I really like Kana, and I think she's actually the most popular character in general in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And I think she deserves Best Girl too. I think I actually do like her more than Toru, even though I said Toru was my favorite character. Then next we have Witch from Eden Zero, who hasn't been in the show a whole lot. I think she was only in it for like 4 or 5 episodes towards the end. I think for now, I'm gonna put her in C tier. I do like her, and in my video I said that I liked her too, which I do still like her. I don't think I like her as much as any of these characters, but again, if we see more of the show goes on, she'll probably be moved up to B or A. Just gotta watch more. Then our next character is Dominique from the Case Study of Vanitas. I feel like not a lot of people saw that show, but it was one of the better anime airing, and Dominique was one of my favorite female characters in it. We didn't see a whole lot of her, but from what we did see, I really, really liked her. A tier or B? I feel like I'm gonna put her in A tier. I really, really like her. I just think we need to see more of her, but from what we have seen, she goes into A tier. One of the best girls of that show, or might be the best girl of that show. The next character is Kukuru. Am I pronouncing it right? From the Aquatope on White Sand. This show is pretty good, and I really like her. I don't know if she's quite A tier yet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put her in B tier. The next character is Kawasegawa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think she's fine. I don't like her as much as any of the other characters in this show. I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say about her. She could go up, but I think for now, I'm gonna put her in C tier. Now the next character is Rika from Girlfriend. This is another case where I feel like we need to see more of her. She's not bad though, and for some reason, I just like tsunderes. I don't know why, but still, I don't think she's the best. So I think I'm gonna put her in C tier. And then next we have Karen from Vena Pirate Princess. So this is a character that could change depending on what happens. she has not been in the show very much. I feel like I'm gonna put her in C. She's fine. Like, I don't feel like I don't dislike her, but I don't really like her either. Though I don't like her as much as, you know, I think I'm gonna put her in D tier. As much as I don't hate her, I just think she's not been in it very much, and I just think we need to see more. So I think I'm gonna put her in D tier. I don't like her as much as any of these other characters. Next we have Saki from Girlfriend, who I like just about as much as Nagisa. I think I like Nagisa a bit more, but I really like Saki too. She's kind of stupid, but it's funny and kind of cute, so I think I'll put her in B tier. I feel like this list is mostly going to be made up of just B and C tiers. Okay, next we have Miku from Itaden, who I think is fine. I don't think is great. I think she's kind of funny, but we haven't seen much of her. She's kind of funny and is just surprisingly just like really smart. Like, it's just like a super genius and really good at strategizing, even though she's doesn't really seem like she would be like that. But I like her. I think she's fine. Again, need to see more of her. Then next we have Rin from the same show, Itaden. I really like Rin. I think that she's super badass, and I think she can be kind of funny, but I think she's also just really badass. I think I'll put her in B tier though. Then next we have Satoko, who I actually really like. The reason I like her, I'm not going to talk about because of like major spoilers for the show. And I don't want to ruin the show for anyone. So I think I'm gonna put her at A. I don't think she's quite up here yet. But the reason I like her, I can't get into, and it's probably not for the reason that you're thinking of. If you've seen the show, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about. There's certain reasons that I really like her, but it like ruins a lot of the story if I get into it. Maybe I'll make a video talking about it or talking about Higurashi, and then in there I can get into spoilers and stuff. And then next we have, what's her name? Mary. We have Mary from Next Life as a Villainess, but she's fine. I think I like her a bit more than Maria. I think that she's kind of funny, and I like her relationship with I can't remember the guy's name. There's the guy with silver hair. I think it's really funny, the relationship they have between each other. It's almost like they're like best friends or like bros almost. I think I like her more than these characters, so I think I'll put her in B. And then next we have Honoka from the Honor at Magic High School. Honoka was another character who I just didn't like at all. The Irregular at Magic High School, the first 2 seasons, did a pretty bad job with developing her character, but the Honor at Magic High School actually does a pretty decent job with her character and actually makes her kind of funny and a decent character. Not like a really good character, probably like C tier, roughly around there, but they've made her a lot better. I think the Honor at Magic High School has made the characters a bit better, but not by much. Just 2 tiers above trash. Before I would have put them both in trash. The next character is Fuka from the Aquatope on White Sand, and I like her just as much as Kukuru. I think that she's a really good character. I like the most recent episode. I really like what they're doing with her character, and I like the relationship between Kukuru and Fuka. Both B tier. I think they could go higher. I feel like by the end of the show that they're probably going to go up to A tier. The next we have Kobayashi, who I really like. I think that she's just such a good character. I think that she's super funny, and I like her relationship with her and Toru. I don't like her as much as Toru, but I still really like her, so I'm gonna put her in A tier. And now we have Yuka is her name. She's from the Standing on a Million Lives, and I think she's probably my favorite character in that show. Despite it not really being the greatest show, I like her and I think that she's pretty funny. Put her in B tier, pretty decent. And then we have Mizuho from Sonny Boy. I really like her. She's probably my favorite character in Sonny Boy. I'm probably gonna put her in B tier again, but probably high up in B tier, like right by Juno. Mizuho, I think, is probably my favorite character in that. I like her cats, and she could go higher up. I kind of feel like I need to see more of Sonny Boy, even though there's only like 1 episode left. I still feel like we need to see a bit more of her. Then the next character is Elma from Kobayashi Dragon Maid, who I really like. I think I like her more than Lucoa. What they did with her in the 2nd season was great, and I really like her character development. And I just think that she's a really funny character. I like how she always likes to eat, and I think she's pretty good, so I'm gonna put her in A tier. And then the next character, her name is Landlady. She's from Jahisama, and she's Jahi's landlord or landlady, and that's the only thing that she refers to her as. So if you look up this character, she doesn't even have an actual name, it's just Landlady, or at least that's all I could find when I looked her up. So Landlady, pretty good. I think that she's a fine character. I think that she's pretty funny. I like the interaction with her and Jahi. I like how they always get into fights. So I think B tier for now. And then next is Homura from Eden Zero, who I said in my video, she's probably my favorite female character. I still think I need to see a bit more of her, and then she'll probably go up to A. But I think for now, I'll put her probably right here, right next to Rebecca. I actually do like her a lot more than Rebecca, so maybe we'll move Rebecca further away. And next is Yuri from the Battle Game in 5 Seconds. Yuri, I think, is maybe my favorite character. So Yuri, I think I'm going to put her in B tier. I think she's the only character that it feels like they really try to develop her character. Like the main character is just this overpowered kid, and I feel like they haven't done a whole lot with his character. I think they've done the most with Yuri's character. I'll probably put her up here. Put her in B tier. Then next we have Manager, who's also from Jahisama, and she's also only referred to as Manager. No one knows her actual name, unless they end up revealing it later on, I don't know. But Manager, I like her more than the Landlady. I think that she's super nice. I love her interaction with Jahi, who, even though Jahi talks about like wanting to take over the world, or not take over the world, like restore the Dark Realm, and talks about how worthless humans are and how awful they are, and like how she just doesn't like them at all, and how the Manager's just always super nice and friendly, even though she'll be like, you worthless human or whatever. She's just still is super nice. So I definitely do like her a lot. Put her in B tier. Next is Nanako from Remake Our Life. I like her more than Kawasegawa. She's a pretty decent character. I don't think she's great. I feel like I'm probably gonna put her in C tier actually. I just think she's fine, and I think Shino's is better, but I do think that Nanako is better than Kawasegawa. But we'll see, we just need to see more of her, and then that might change my opinion of it. Okay, the next character, Iu, or Iu? I think I might be pronouncing it wrong. It sounds like I'm just saying ew. From I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I don't like her that much. She's fine. She's not bad, but she's okay. I think I'm gonna put her in D tier. I don't think they've done the greatest job with her character, and I like her less than Glenda, who was like introduced like the most recently. She's been in the show since like the first episode, and I don't like her that much, so I'll probably just put her in D tier. The next character we have Shizuku from Honor at Magic High School. Another character who I didn't really like. I didn't mind, but they just did a good job in the Honor at Magic High School at actually making them decent characters. I feel like the same about these three from Honor at Magic High School. They weren't great characters, but they made them a lot better. Next, we have Alice from The Duke of Death and his Maid, and I really, really like her. I don't know if that many people watch this anime either. It's definitely underrated. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend you do. I think she could get a lot better depending on what happens in the show, but from what we have seen, I really, really like her, and I think she might be going into Best Girl. I think I'm gonna put her in A. She's so close to being in Best Girl. I just need to see more of it. I'm planning on reading the manga, which if I do, I'll probably end up liking her a lot more. So then the next character we have Nozomi from Sonny Boy. I thought that she was fine. I feel like she didn't really do a whole lot, and is just kind of there in the show. She's fine. I think C. Don't have a whole lot to say on her. I just kind of feel like she was fine. Like, she wasn't awful, but she wasn't great either. I think that she was just okay. Then the next character is Rika. I forgot to put her in the winter tier list that I did when Higurashi Go was airing. Rika, I think, is a great character. I really, really like her, and that's why I'm gonna put her in A tier next to Satoko. I really like her, and I really like the relationship between Satoko and Rika, and I really, really like the stuff that happened in the most recent episode, which I can't get into because spoilers, but it was pretty cool, and it made me like her a lot more. Now next we have Druji, I think might be how they pronounce it, in Jahi. I like her. She's only been in a couple of episodes so far. I think that she's a pretty good character. All the characters from the show have potential to get better, so I think I'll put them in C tier. I'll put Druji in C tier. I really like her. Again, we just need to see more of her. The next is Fena from Fena Pirate Princess. She's been pretty good so far, actually. I don't know if I'd put her in A tier, but I think they've done a pretty decent job with Fena, which was a show that I was excited for, but I thought it was gonna not be that good, but it's actually pretty decent. I actually really like the show. She could go higher up but for now, I'm gonna put her in A tier. Okay, next is Cuff from Duke of Death and his Maid. She's a good character. I like her. Definitely not as much as Alice, but she's pretty funny. I really like the scenes with her and Zane. I like the magic she uses. Fire magic is pretty cool, but probably gonna put her in B tier though. And then next is Jean, who I really like. It's between Jean and Dominique, who I think might actually be the only girl characters that have been in the show so far. Between who's best girl, I really like Jean, and I like the stuff they've done with her character, and I think it's kind of funny, her interaction with the main character, Vanitas. I think I'll put her right here. I think I might like Dominique just a bit more, but Jean is still really great. I think I'm gonna move Juno up. I know that was sudden. Throughout this list I've been thinking, I was like, I feel like I like Juno a lot more than a lot of these characters. I think I'm gonna have Juno in A tier, even though earlier I said we need to see more of her. Next we have Tonari from To Your Eternity. She wasn't introduced in the show when I did the To Your Eternity characters on this list, so I brought her in here because To Your Eternity was airing in summer too. Tonari I thought was pretty good. Don't know if I like her as much as some of the other characters, but I think they did a pretty good job with her character, so I'm gonna put her in B tier too. The next character we have is Hakozaki from I'm Standing on a Million Lives, who is pretty bad. I don't think she's a good character at all. She's just pretty much useless. She really doesn't do anything. Her character's kind of there to be useless though. Almost like all the other characters think that she's kind of useless. She also thinks she's kind of useless and is constantly trying to help out more. But I just really don't like her. So I think she's going to be the only one going in trash. I think depending on what they do with her character, she could get out of there, but I think she's just not a very good character and is definitely my least favorite on this list. Then the next character is Shino. Is my least favorite character in the show that she's in, just because she's only in it for a little bit. We don't see her too much. She just gets introduced super late in the show and we don't really get to see her a whole lot. So I think I'm gonna put her in D tier for now. She could go up though, depending on what they do with her. I just feel like she was barely in it, and from what I saw, I didn't like her a whole lot. I thought she was fine. Then next we have Sophia from My Next Life as a Villainess. I like her. I think I like her maybe just as much as Mary. I think that she's super cute, and I like that she's always likes reading books with Katarina. I'll put her right there next to Mary. Then the next character is Viola from the Duke of Death and his Maid. She's pretty funny. I really like her. I think she's just a funny character, and I like what they do with her. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think she's funny. She has funny reaction faces, just the way the animation works. I do really like her. I think she's kind of funny, so we'll put her in B tier. Then the next character is Milim from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I put her in here because I forgot to add her to the winter one when Slime was airing, and then Slime is still airing now, and I just really like Slime. Season 2 has been incredible, and Milim I think is a great character. I think she's going in Best Girl. I really like Milim. In the winter one, I put Shion. I put her in like B or C tier. Maybe I should have put her on this list just to correct this. I would have put her in Best Girl too, right next to Milim. I think they just did such a good job with her character in Season 2. Next character we're on is Piorin, who is from To Your Eternity, who is a really great character. I just love everything they did with her character, and by the end of it, I think that she was one of my favorite characters, and I think I'm gonna put her in Best Girl. She was great. I really like Piorin. Then the next character is from Eden Zero, Pino. I do really like Pino. I don't think that she's been in the show a whole lot. Again, I just need to see more. Pino, from what I did see, I thought was pretty decent, and I liked her. I think I like her more than Rebecca. Put her right there. Not a whole lot more, but I do like her. And now the next character, or the last character, is Pishkalat. I might be mispronouncing it, from the Itaden deities, who I originally wasn't going to put on this tier list, but after watching the latest episode, she's in it a decent amount, so I thought that I should add her to this tier list. But I don't think she's that great. She hasn't been in it a whole lot. I like her, but not a whole lot, so I think I'm just going to leave her in C tier. And there we go. We've finished the tier list. Summer 2021 waifu tier list is complete.